When visiting Paris, it's pretty good that we have these around. The modern self-cleaning restrooms or toilets. But they didn't always look like this. So here it is. The last one. Used to be between 1,500 and 2,000 of these. Paris in the 19th and early 20th centuries had a serious problem with sanitation. This contraption here on the wall, anti-urination protection. And this one I happen to think is really pretty. And a little threatening because it actually looks like daggers. People walking behind me are really thinking what the hell I'm filming down here. In the spring of 1830, the city government of Paris decided to install the first public urinals on the major boulevards. They were put in place by summer, but in July of the same year, many were destroyed through their use as material for street barricades during the July Revolution of 1830. The urinals were reintroduced in Paris after 1843, when over 400 were installed by Claude Philippe Barthelot, who was the Count of Rambuteau. They were popularly known as colonnes Rambuteau columns. Although the Count wasn't happy about having his name associated with public urinals and instead suggested the name Vespasienne. This name came from the 1st century Roman Emperor Titus Flavius Vespasianus, who placed tax on urine collected from public toilets for use in tanning. Still to this day, Vespasienne is the term by which street urinals are known in the French-speaking world, although pissoir or pissoterie are sometimes used. When visiting Paris, it's pretty good that we have these around. The modern self-cleaning restrooms or toilets spread all over town. When shopping or stressing around to see the sights, they're pretty good to have around. But they didn't always look like this. Right next to the southern wall of La Santé prison on Boulevard Arago stands a rare surviving example of when public utilities were both functional and adorned. Painted in classic weather-resistant green, it features delicate Art Nouveau cast details. Floral curves and ornamental flourishes that elevates its simple purpose. A reminder of an era when the most utilitarian objects were designed with grace and civic pride. So here it is. The last one. Can't get in. There used to be between 1,500 and 2,000 of these cast iron toilets or urinals in Paris. And now there's this one left. Unfortunately, it's closed, so I can't try it. But one day, I'll be back to have a piss. In Paris, cast iron urinals were introduced as part of Baron Haussmann's remodeling of the city. A large variety of designs were produced, housing 2 to 8 stalls, typically only screening the central portion of the user from public view. Paris in the 19th and early 20th centuries had a serious problem with sanitation. The city was famously filthy. Urine and worse were common in the streets, particularly in dark corners and narrow passages. The Haussmann renovations aimed to address this, in part by modernizing infrastructure. but behavior doesn't change overnight. This contraption here on the wall is called an empêche-pipi, an anti-urination protection. It's a perfect example of how the city responded. Right here at the impasse de Conti, we have a couple of really good examples, old ones too. When walking in big cities, I tend to look at the little things, and I'm always drawn to the functional and how it's integrated with the design and architectural flavors of the surrounding. Paris is a goldmine for these kind of experiences. So many years of urban development, and traces remain from all layered periods. I'll for sure go on pursuing these details in future videos. These contraptions weren't mass-produced like the Vespasiennes, but were often installed locally by building owners or the city in spots where public urination was a persistent problem. The age and wearing of this one at Impasse de Conti certainly suggests that it's been here for a long time. This one I happen to think is really pretty and a little threatening because it actually looks like daggers. I think the people walking behind me are really thinking what the hell I'm filming down here in the corner. These heavy iron studded anti-pee devices can be seen all over Paris. They prevent you from getting close enough to the wall in order to hide, and they are studded to make it difficult to jump over. They're violent and pretty at the same time, and blend very well into the fortress-like ancient walls of central Paris. Okay, enough with the pissoirs now. See you next time. Same city, new subject.